20th of January, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Shavuos, Rashi, Vayera.
Labriyut.
Thank you. Anyway, I don't think you can catch my cold through the internet.
I don't think so either.
Okay.
Shalema, Rabbi.
I'm sorry.
I said Shalema.
Thank you, Borchtia. Okay, we're up to Pasuk Tes. Are we? No.
No, Zion I have.
Zion. Yeah. We're up to Pasuk Zion. Mayor, would you like to start?
Okay. So it says, let's see.
By the way, did you Pasuk Vav?
That's a good question.
What should we do, Pasuk?
I mean, one second.
Doesn't look familiar to me.
Oh, no, maybe not.
Pasuk Vav.
Okay, so we'll start with Vav then.
Yeah.
Vav. I know why my bookmark was at Zion, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so it says, Lachein emor livnei Yisrael ani Hashem v'hotzeiti etchem mitachat sivlot Mitzrayim v'hitzalti etchem me'avodatam v'ga'alti etchem b'izroa netuya uvishvatim gedolim. Well, the Ga'alti is one of the four expressions of taking the Jews.
Well, it happens to be that we got three of them here.
Oh.
Right.
Right.
So we got three expressions of redemption mentioned over here.
Three of them. Wow.
Okay.
Very good. So it says
the next pasuk is going to say "V'lokachti." That's the fourth one. "V'lokachti eschem li la'am v'yisi lechem le'lekim v'yidatem ki ani Hashem lekechem et eschem et mitzrayim." So I'm going to take you for me as a people, and we're going to see when we're going to mention exactly when was that. When did the Jewish people get a status of being the Kodesh Baruch Hu's special nation? Okay, and then actually Pasuk Ches is going to add another one, Vehevesi eschem el haaretz, which is bringing to the land, and that is a discussion among the Mefarshim. Is this a fifth? Does that demand a fifth cup or not? We only know it to have four. There's a discussion among the commentaries whether one is obliged to have a fifth cup, and that's why we according to some explanations, that's why we have the Kois Shel Eliyahu. To say that as a should we say as a fifth cup to corresponding to this fifth expression of Hevesi Eschem el haaretz. Okay, let's see the Rashi over here.
Okay. Very good, Rashi. Lachain, okay. Therefore, Alpi Ota Hashavua. Okay, so this was
according, meaning according to that.
According to that, okay, of the oath, okay, and more L'bnei Yisrael, Ani Hashem. Say to the children of Israel, I am Hashem. Hane'eman b'havtachati.
This is the same idea which Rashi mentioned at length.
Okay, so I
mentioned this yesterday in Pasuk base. Vayom Elov Ani Hashem. And Rashi's explained over there that the use of the word of the name Yud Kei Vav Kei, the tetragrammaton, indicates HaKadosh Baruch Hu is faithful to carry out his promises. And that's why it says, Emor Bnei Yisrael Ani Hashem, again, I am the Eternal who is faithful.
Okay.
To carry out my promises.
To carry out my promises. Okay, good. V'hotzeiti etchem, and I'll take you out. Hiken hivtachtiv. Because this I promised. Okay. In parentheses, it says to Abraham.
Right.
The acharei kain yetzu b'rechush gadol, and after they will go out with great property.
B'rechush gadol, with great wealth.
Wealth. Okay, but rechush is also
rechush means
possessions, maybe.
Possessions, yes.
Yeah, not property. Okay. Very nice. Okay.
One more Rashi here. Sivlois Mitzrayim.
Okay, so this is the burdens of Egypt. All Masa Mitzrayim. It's the yoke of the burden of Egypt.
You have the word oil?
All, yes, yoke.
I have Torach Masa Mitzrayim.
Oh, really? Torach is a burden, isn't it?
Yeah, Torach means the hardship.
Hardship.
I have.
Sorry?
I have O.
You must probably both have the Saperstein edition.
Right.
I have.
Saperstein, right.
Yeah, I have Saperstein.
You also have Saperstein. It's about time that we get the Moore edition out. Okay.
Yes, that would be nice.
Yeah, we always need more editions of these books.
Yeah, okay. That's my motto, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Fine. Now, I just want to dwell a bit. We said over here, there's 3 expressions mentioned over here. And the Rashi already said on the first one, that Kosh Baruch Hu promised Avraham Avinu that they're going to go out of the land. Now, a number of Mefarshim, I don't know if the Maral is the first one, but a number of commentaries explain this idea of 4 cups of wine corresponding to the 4 expressions of redemption, that they were not just expressions, but they were actually stages of redemption. And the Maral explains that the Maisa, and this is indicated actually in the words of the Bris Ben Absorim, the covenant between the pieces, that Kosh Baruch Hu told Avraham Avinu, Yodoya Teda, you should be well aware, Ki ger that your descendants are going to be strangers. That's number 1. Ger va'avodum, and they're going to act as slaves to them. They're going to be served, enslaved by this nation. Ve'inu oisam, and this nation is going to afflict them. It's going to subject them to hard labor. So that's the 3 stages of exile, which the Jewish people had to suffer, was 3 stages. They were going to be strangers in a foreign land. Number 2, they were going to be enslaved. They have a status of being slaves. And number 3, they were subjected to hard labor. Says the Maral, and the Jewish people were redeemed, they were all level of exile. The first stage of the redemption was that they were no longer subject to hard labor. They were freed from hard labor. So that was this first thing. Subject of Egypt. That is the first stage. Okay?
Right.
Eschem me avodosom. I'm going to save them from their servitude, meaning that they're no longer going to be slaves. And the third stage is v'go'alti eschem. I will redeem them, meaning they will actually leave Egypt, and they will no longer be foreigners in a strange land. So those were the 3 stages. In fact, Maral doesn't specify it, but the Netziv specifies that already at the beginning of the plagues, as soon as the plague started, there was no longer any hard labor. They already stopped subjecting the Jewish people to hard labor. That was the immediate effect of the plagues, of even the first plague. Then, in the middle of after the 7th, being slaves, and the fact that the Egyptians that already were treating the Jewish people better than otherwise, than they had heretofore, and they now reached a stage that they were no longer slaves. They released them from being slaves, but they were still in Egypt. And only when they actually left Egypt, that's after Makas Bechoros, after the 10th plague, then the Jewish people actually left Egypt and they were released from the 3rd stage. That's the Go'alti Eschem B'Yisrael Tuya V'Shvatim Gedolim. That's actually when they left Egypt. That's when the tremendous miracles happened. But that wasn't we hadn't reached the final stage of the redemption, and that happened at Har Sinai. When the Jewish people received the Torah, that's when V'lokachti eschem li la'om, that's when HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe Rabbeinu, V'atem tiyu li mamleches kohanim v'goy kodesh. That the HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, if the Jewish people accept the Torah, they will be my v'yisim li am segula. V'yisim li segula mikol ha'amim. They're going to be like a special, cherished something which is specially cherished more than all the other nations. The Jewish people are going to become the chosen people by the fact that they're willing to accept the Torah. So when the Jewish people said Na'aseh v'nishma, that's when they, Kosh Baruch Hu, designate them to be his chosen people, and that's when this was fulfilled. V'lakachti eschem li la'om. Pasuk Zayin. Okay?
Very
good. Fine. Let's go, Lou. Pasuk Zayin. Did we read Pasuk Zayin?
Not yet.
Hello?
Ulekachti eschem li le'am v'hayisi lachem le'lokim v'datem ki ani Hashem Elokeichem hamotzi eschem mitachas siv Mitzrayim. Me for
Froze on this. Lou, your connection's bad.
Maybe did.
Hello?
Oh.
We don't hear you. Hello?
Yes, can you hear? No, you can't hear me?
Now I can.
Now a little better, yes.
Yeah, I've been having trouble with my connection. I don't know what the problem is. Everything looks fine, but it keeps going in and out. So do the best we can. Okay, so Chet.
We finished Zayin. Okay, we hardly heard you. Anyway, okay, let's go on to. There's no Rashi on Zayin. Okay.
V'chevesi eschem el haaretz asher nasasi es yadi lases osa Yaakov v'nasati osa lachem mo Hashem. I shall bring you to the land about which hand
I promised, yeah. But so Rashi says that means it's an expression of an oath. So when a person makes an oath, he raises his hand. Rashi's going to explain that Kaviochel, he's like saying by the throne of Hashem, as long as the throne of Hashem exists, right? So too, when I'm going to carry out a promise. That's what Hashem was saying.
To give it to Abraham, to Yitzchak, and to Yaakov, and I shall give it
to you
as a heritage. I am Hashem.
Right. Okay.
So Rashi says, Nasatsi es yadi harimo si he shaveh v'hi shava v'kis'i by my throne.
Raise my hand, right, to make an oath by my throne, but kisi by my throne. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so Rashi's pointing out that the whole concept of raising my hand, that Kosh Baruch Hu says, I raise my hand, means that Kosh Baruch Hu is making an oath. Because that's when a person does, when he makes an oath, he raises his hand as if to hold on to something. By the way, that's when it raises his hand in an oath.
That's right.
So that's when it comes from over here. Okay?
That's like the Indians when they raise their hand and they say, how?
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
you answer them, I don't know how.
Good.
Okay. Let's go on.
Okay, Tet. It says, Vaydaber Moshe, Cain el b'nei Yisrael v'lo sham'u el Moshe mikotzer ruach me avodah kasha. Okay, and Moshe spoke, Cain, accordingly, to the children of Israel.
He's repeating it word for word.
Oh, okay, but they didn't listen to Moshe because kotzer, the shortness of the wind, I guess, or spirit, maybe.
Oh, no, yeah, shortness of breath.
A breath. Oh, ruach. Okay, ruach can be breath here. Okay, and hard work. Oh, okay. So Rashi, v'lo shamu el Moshe. They did not listen to Moshe. Lo kiblu tachumin. They didn't accept the consolation.
Was his words of comfort.
His words of comfort. Okay. Mikotzer ruach, because of shortness of breath. Call mishahu meitzer.
Meitzer, yeah. Somebody who is in anguish.
Okay. The nishimato kitzara. So he's short of breath. Okay. Ve'ino yachol laharich min nishimato. And he can't breathe
long breaths.
Long breaths. Okay.
Karo.
Okay.
Now, so this is still here. So this is Rashi's first explanation, which basically he's saying that Kosh Baruch Hu was telling Moshe Rabbeinu, I am Hashem. Yeah, you've how should we say, I've been stretching the Jewish people a bit. On the one hand, that promised them that I'm going to redeem them. And till now, Paro hasn't listened to you, and I sent you to Paro, and things seem to get worse. But don't worry, Ani Hashem, I am faithful to carry out my promises, and I'm telling you, we're going to send you now to go again to Paro, and this time things will be different. Okay?
Okay. Let's see. Karov le'inyan zeh shamati. So I heard this inyan point, I guess. It's okay. B'parasha zo, in this parsha, may Rabbi Baruch Rabbi Elazar. Oh, from Rabbi Baruch, the son of Rabbi Elazar. V'hevi li ra'aya mimikra zeh. So let's see. He brought to me a proof of this verse. B'pam hazot odiem et yadi et gevurati v'yadu ki shemi Hashem. Okay, so this time I announced my
Mr. Pastor, can you hear me though? Bapama says, at this time, Oidiem, I will make known as Yodi, my strength, Bes Gvurosi, and my power, Yodu, and they will realize Kishmi Hashem, my name is Hashem. So again, Hashem. Lomadnu, from which we learn out, Keshakosh Baruch Hu, Ma'amein es Devorov. Kosh Baruch Hu makes, let's see, how do I translate it? Makes good his word. Well, Kosh Baruch Hu fulfills his promises, right? Whether it be Afil Idea Sheshmoi Hashem, that publicizes that his name is Hashem. The Kol Shekain Hamon L'Tova, and Kol Shekain, where it's a making promise, fulfilling a promise for good.
Good.
Okay? Okay, I think we're going to stop here.
Okay.
We can carry on tomorrow here, Maya. This is now Rashi brings the second explanation.
Oh, okay. Very good.
We'll go up to Rabbi Seinu Darshu.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, very good.
Very good. Say that.
Have a good day.
Okay.